What's up, collectors? Thank you so much to see us today. We're going to be taking a look at the recently revealed pictures for Transformers Studio Series 73 Leader Class Grindor and Ravage. And here we have 73 Leader Class Grindor on his awesome looking packaging, looking real good. I'm not going to be focusing too much on the packaging because I already did a whole video on it. At the time we had no pictures of Grindor out of the box, so I had to focus pretty much on the little window and just focusing and seeing, you know, some little details and some paint precision and all that good stuff. So if you're interested, the link is going to be in the description down below as well as in the upper corner of this video. But now we're going to be focusing on the actual figure, and as you can see, looking real nice. Sculpted in detail, and the paint distribution just blow my mind. In my opinion, this is a better figure than Grindor in everything. You can see that the hands were modified, they're upgraded now, they're a little bit more 2021. Some new technology integrated into this dude, and you can see that the color distribution is way better than Blackout. I remember when we only have pictures of the hands and the box got leaked out, I was like, man, this is just gonna be a copy and paste of Blackout, and well, it pretty much is, but believe me, there's a couple of changes here that really make a difference, especially on the hands and just the quality of the paint job. You can see that metallic gray on the face coat looks fantastic, and that dark gray that he has on the arms and on the legs, it looks metallic as well. It just overall the gray and just the little details that it has just make it a little bit more better than Blackout, and it just pops a lot more in my opinion. For the sculpted in detail, you can see that it has all that good stuff that Blackout had. You can see that the face looks menacing just like he did, and it looks really good in my opinion. The chest looks fantastic, the arms, the legs, the detail that he has on the legs just blow me away, and you know, the top of his head looks amazing as well. Not to mention the back, he looks amazing from the back. We're gonna see a couple of pictures in comparison with Blackout on a minute, but as you can see, it looks fantastic. Speaking of his awesome face coat, focusing a little bit more on that area, you can see it looks fantastic. The red eyes look up the charts, the metallic gray looks really good, and not to mention the sculpted in detail, you can see that he's rocking that look that pretty much all the Michael Bay Decepticons had, you know, that kind of alien insect look that pretty much all of them were rocking, and honestly it looks fantastic. Look really menacing. It really anchored to his movie representation as well. That's pretty much the same face that Blackout had, but pretty much he's a clone of Blackout. We didn't have, you know, the chance to look, you know, pretty much every single detail that he has, because you can see I had a couple of pictures, one on the left and one on the right, and none of them do any justice to him. I legit spent a full day searching for a couple of pictures just to, you know, compare it to see how accurate, you know, the figure is to the actual movie representation, and I couldn't find any, you know, clear, not blurry pictures, because you can see the left one is, you know, a little bit blurry and you cannot see, you know, the details that he has, and the right one is on the game that I just had to put it here because that was the only pictures that I managed to find. The picture or the scene that kept popping off left to right, it was of his face coat, and it wasn't because the face coat was any good or it was any popular whatsoever. It's because what happens to him, and well, we already know what happens to him. Sadly, this is the only picture that I have where I can focus a little bit more on the face coat. You can see it looks amazing, really accurate to the movie representation. You can see that it's rocking those eyes that he was rocking on the movie, and again, it's not easy to find an actual quality picture of him. You can see that the left and the right one are blurry, and you cannot, you know, focus in on the, you know, the details that it has. Last but not least, for a comparison, so you guys can see how he looks next to Blackout. You can see they look amazing, and this is what I'm telling you. You can see, you know, that darker gray looks a lot more better than Blackout in my opinion, and that metallic look that he has on his face looks up the charts next to Blackout. And you can also see, you know, the differences on gray. It's a little bit more darker off of gray on Grindor than on Blackout, and you can see that it's a little bit more dirty due to the fight scene that they had on the woods. So that's a little bit more accurate, and not to mention the hands. The hands are completely different, not the same. It has a couple of upgrades there, so you can, you know, actually articulate, and they don't look as ugly as the Blackout one. That was legit the only thing that I didn't like on Blackout. You can also see that in this picture, Grindor is a little bit more bigger than Blackout. I cannot confirm 100% that this is actually, you know, factual, because I don't know if some chicken legs were applied to Blackout to make it look a little bit more smaller than Grindor. So until I have him in hand, I cannot confirm 100%, so take this with a grain of salt. But I know that in the movie he was a lot bigger, and I mean a lot bigger than Blackout, pretty much double the size. So again, I don't know if this is a thing, but well, with that being said, that's pretty much it for the comparison between these two. Let's go ahead and move on to Ravage. For Ravage, you can now appreciate that awesome sculpted in detail that he's rocking. You can see that paint distribution looks fantastic. I really still don't get the completely silver face coat with the, you know, the red eye. You know, the red eye is accurate, but he's supposed to be, you know, completely dark. I don't know why they managed, or, you know, they thought that this was, you know, gonna be a good idea to make, you know, the face coat look a little bit more silver than what it's supposed to. But again, you know, for the sculpted and detail is not that bad. It looks really accurate to the movie representation. You can see that it's rocking those weapons that we was rocking on the fight scene. And for articulation, the legs are on a bulge, and you can go ahead and move it up and down, and a little bit more to the sides as well. But with that being said, there's not much else to say about Ravage other than I cannot wait to have it in hand and display next to Soundwave and the rest of the Decepticons. Last but not least, focusing on his helicopter mode, you can see it looks amazing. For the sculpted and detail, you can see that it translates really well, as well as that awesome paint distribution. Unfortunately, this is not accurate to his actual representation because he was rocking a different type of helicopter on the movie, a way bigger and way stronger helicopter mode than Blackout. That's why they did the scene that he's driving the vehicle that Sam's in, pretty much dragging it all the way out of the city into the woods. And for a direct comparison with the helicopter mode of Blackout, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, so you can see pretty much it's exactly the same as the Blackout one, and this is not accurate at all to the movie representation, but you can see it looks amazing. The paint distribution looks off the charts, and they look amazing together. I cannot wait to have this guy in my collection. Unfortunately, I do not have Blackout. I missed it on that, and just to find him now, it's just almost impossible. Pretty much the prices are $80+ and upwards, pretty much $100+ for this figure that was originally $60 to $50. So it's just unreal to kind of hunt him down on this point of time. But with that being said, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. As always, leave your thoughts on the comments down below. I'm interested to know your opinion on the subject, and if you managed to make it this far into the video, leave that on the comments down below as well. I'm really interested to know. But with all that being said, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. It really helps you to algorithm and helps my videos get out there in a while. So if you get any value out of my content, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. But this is pretty much it for Transformers Studio Series 73 Leader Class Grindor and Ravage.